Our medical editor, Fergus Walsh, explains.
China's population is trapped in the midst of an unwinnable war. Zero COVID has kept cases and deaths very low so far, but at relentless cost to personal freedoms and livelihoods. Zero COVID means zero tolerance of any coronavirus infections. That looks increasingly unsustainable in the face of the highly contagious Omicron variant. China has relied almost entirely on its own vaccines. They are reasonably effective. A study in Hong Kong found that 2 doses of the Chinese CoronaVac vaccine gave 70% protection against severe illness or death. But that compares to 90% protection from the US-German vaccine of Pfizer-BioNTech. A key problem is China's low vaccination levels among older people. Just over half of the over 60s have had 3 doses of vaccine. Among the over 80s, that falls to just 20%. Now, that low uptake seems partly down to a suspicion of modern medicine among many older Chinese people. Now, compare that with the UK, where 80% of the over 80s have recently had their autumn booster with an updated Omicron-specific vaccine, and most of them will have had 5 jabs. Early on in the pandemic, China built several COVID hospitals in a matter of days. But nearly 3 years since coronavirus emerged, its vast population now has almost no natural immunity against it.
They can't keep the virus out forever. It's a slippery eel, this virus. It's evolving and changing, and it's getting more infectious and harder to control with lockdowns and segregation in the way that it has been in the past. I think the way out for China is to get highly effective vaccines against the current variants into the elderly population as fast as they possibly can.
Modelling suggests ending zero COVID without more vaccination would allow Omicron to tear through the population, overwhelming intensive care units, causing an estimated 1.5 million deaths. While most of the world has returned to pre-COVID normality, China has yet to show it has an exit plan from the pandemic. Fergus Walsh, BBC News.
Thanks very much to Fergus.